welcome back to my channel. It is me, Shawnee, and today I'm going to be doing a different kind of video than what I normally do. I'm going to be doing a get ready with me, I guess, and story time. So the title of this video, you're probably thinking, haven't I already seen that video? Well, if you've been on my channel for a long time, you might have seen the old version of this story. Maybe like 6 years ago, very horrible, shitty quality that just needs to be updated. And I decided I want to start doing different stuff on my channel. So I think I'm going to be redoing a lot of my old story times, updating them, giving them a better look and a better aesthetic, because some of those were done like 2015 and later, and they just were not up to par on the quality. And now that I have a new camera and setup and stuff, I just want to I just need to redo everything. So this is about the time that I almost got catfished. Yes, I did this video back in maybe like 2015, 2016, but like I said, the quality was absolute utter garbage. So I'm going to retell the story and do my makeup. At the same time, I'm going to leave every product that I use in the description below if you guys are wondering. And yeah, if you like this kind of video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below, you know, how you feel about the story. So anyway, let's get into it. This story takes place when I was 14 years old. This was in 2010. I was 14, about to be 15. And this was before Catfish, the TV show, was a thing. And also, I apologize if you guys hear my fan. It's really hot, and yeah. So this was in 2010. If you guys know the TV show Catfish, the TV show did not premiere until November 12th, 2012. So my story takes place a whole 2 years before the nation knew the term catfish. Crazy. And I never really thought about this story even like happening, honestly. Like, I didn't realize this could be considered a catfish until like a couple years ago when I first originally recorded the original video. I never really had thought of the situation that happened to me as catfishing. Like, I just thought it was a weird thing. And the funny thing is, like, of course, like, we knew that people used to catfish. And if you have been living under a rock for like the last, like, I don't know how many years. If you don't know what catfishing is pretending to be someone that you're not online and creating like a whole new persona of who you are to trick people and to manipulate them. And if you've never seen Catfish the movie, which Catfish the movie is the basis for Catfish the TV show, and it's about Neve, the host of Catfish, and how he thought he was talking to this woman for all these years, and then he finds out who she is. And basically the term catfish comes from the actual woman's husband explaining that when you're like shipping like crabs or something like that, they like to have catfish in the they put catfish in the barrel to keep the other fish alive. It's weird as hell. Basically, dude was trying to say that we need crazy ass people that catfish to keep us alive and, you know, to keep life entertaining, I guess, whatever. But anyway, back to the story. I was 14 years old and I was a freshman in high school. Like I said, this is 2010. 11 years ago. Wow. Damn. I feel old. I'm not that old, but I'm nearing 30 each and every day. But anyway, back then I used to be on this website called Moco Space. Now, I don't know if it's even still a thing, but when I was a teenager, it was a thing. It was a website, like a chat website, basically. And you could go on there and talk to people, like have forums and stuff like that. And, you know, they had like little chat rooms and all kinds of stuff. Like, it was an interesting site. I had found out about it because my mom's friend was like on there. And I thought it was like an old people thing at first, but it wasn't. Like, it was teenagers and stuff on there too. So it wasn't like some creepy shit. excuse me, like it wasn't like some creepy, like, you know, like weird thing with old people. And they had like different sections and stuff on the site. Like I said, like they had different forums and stuff. So one forum that I would always be on was, I'll be on the teen forum. I mean, well, the teen chat room. They had like teens 1, teens 2. They had African American and African American 2. They had hip hop. They had like rock. They had like a bunch of different, just like little chat rooms, and it was just people in there talking and stuff like. And I used to frequent my time. I would divvy up my time between African American, because duh, and sometimes I go in teen and hip hop because that's mostly what I was interested in at that point. So one day I was on, and sorry if I keep like sniffing or whatever because my nose is kind of weird. But I hope I'm in focus too, child. Okay. So I would be in there like all the time. Like I said, like this was literally what I would do like all day as a teenager. Like I would literally just be on there like all day and night talking to people, like, because I have nothing better to do with my time. And one night I was on there. It was a Tuesday night. And the reason I remember it was a Tuesday night is because when I was in high school, I don't know about y'all's school, but when I was in high school, my school used to do this thing where they would have, they called them late start days. So basically late start days were basically days that, sorry if I have to keep going in and out of focus because my stuff being kind of weird, not gonna lie. So late start days were basically days where our teachers would have like staff meetings and stuff. So we would come to school 2 hours late, while our teachers had staff meetings and stuff, and we would have the late start days. So I was on there. Hold on, let me focus, zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so I was on there one day, and I got a message from this dude. And dude, I looked at his picture like I get an IM on the site, because when you're like in the little chat rooms and stuff, you could get IMs. So I get an IM and I go to check it, and I see a picture of this dude that I knew from school. And I was like, oh my God, because it was a dude that I happen to have a crush on, like a little mild little crush, whatever. So this dude was a football player and a basketball player. He was super tall with dreads. And middle school, high school, Shawnee was obsessed with dreads. Like I still like dreads on people to this day. Like that is like an hairstyle. Like if I find somebody attractive and they have their hairstyle, like it's a plus. But high school me, like high school and middle school me, was crazy about a daggone dread head. And I remember thinking this dude was so fine because he was friends with one of my cousins that also went to my school. So I was always like, you know, he's so fine. Like, oh my God, like, yeah. So having this dude message me, at first I was like, wow, you be on here too? Because I had never, I had never experienced anybody that I knew IRL being on that site. Cause it just didn't seem like something cool people would be on. Like, I don't know. Like, and this is like at the time that MySpace was kind of dying down too. So it was weird, you know, I was a little bit shook because I'm like, wow, people that I know are on here. And it did make me feel some type of way because I was like, child. But also it was interesting because it was like finally like people that I know are on here. So I don't feel like, I wouldn't say I felt weird being on there. Like I did a little bit because like I said, like it was mostly like for older people and stuff, but because I didn't really know anybody on there. So having him message me, I was just going crazy. I was like, oh my God. He messaged me like, oh my God, like, oh my God, like what's happening? Like I was fangirling. And he was like, hey, you know, how you doing? Whatever. You know, we chatting it up or whatever. And he's like, you know, we should text, like, you know, because I don't want to just be on here. We need to text. And he was like, we should hang out. Like, we can chill and go smoke tomorrow since we got a late start day. You know, text me and then we can, like, you know, arrange something. And my little stupid 14-year-old ass is just like, oh my God, like, he wants to smoke with me. Like, oh my God. Mind you, child, stupid. Stupid. And like I said, this is how I remember that it happened on a Tuesday night because the late start days are always on Wednesdays. So I was like, oh my God, yes, like I'll text you, like I'll message you or whatever. And I sent him my number and we began texting. Now, like I said, little 14-year-old me, she's not thinking anything is weird about this exchange or anything like that. Now, at first, I was wondering how he knew it was me because my name, like, I didn't use my real name on the site. I just used my nickname, which, you know. And like I said, like, I'll explain later why none of this shit made sense. But like I said, I was just stupid. I was just a 14-year-old girl, like, at this time. So I wasn't using my brain completely. So anyway, I give him my number. He texts me or whatever. And, you know, we talking about how we're going to meet up tomorrow and we're going to smoke and then go to school, like after we smoke or whatever. And at one point he messages me. He's like, can you send me your number or whatever? He's like, can you message me your number? So hey y'all, this is me from the future of editing. You saw this part that you're about to see is cut because I didn't realize, I will tell you in the next clip that my camera cut off, but I did not realize how much it had cut off. It cut off like a good chunk of the story. So here's what I'm about to tell you what happened. So anyway, dude asked me if I wanted to send him, if I could send him a contact picture for his, to save my number under. So I sent him a picture, regular, you know, we had Androids back in the day, whatever. And I sent him a picture, it's fine. So he was like, do you want one from me? And I was like, yeah, sure. So he sends me a picture and this is when shit starts to get really weird. So he sends me the first picture and it's super duper blurry. So I'm like, okay, you know, that picture's blurry. Can you resend it again? He's like, oh, my bad. I got you. Sends picture number 2. Picture is still blurry. I'm like, that picture's blurry again. I'm starting to get kind of annoyed. Third time he sends another blurry picture and I'm irritated at this point because I'm like, I know we both got Androids at this point. This is 2010, so of course Androids are not the good quality that they are now. And I'm just wondering, okay, so like, why do you keep sending me blurry pictures? And he was like, okay, my fault, I got you. Dude ends up sending me a picture of this dude that is dark-skinned dude with a fade. And this dude, if you remember 2010 Chief Keef, this dude was very much giving it. He was he looked a little dirty, he looked a little ashy. He was giving Chief Keef vibes. And the reason that this is weird is because the guy he was pretending to be in his photos was like medium height, light skinned dude with dreads. He had like shoulder length dreads. They were brown with blonde tips, and he's saying this is him. So you send me this picture of this dude who looks nothing like you, who is a darker skinned dude, very tall, has a fade. Like, that is not the picture that you sent me. So I'm telling him, like, that is not you. He's like, yes, it is. What do you mean? I'm like, that's not you. He's like, yes, it is. What are you talking about? I'm like, that's not you. And I keep saying this over and over again because I'm not stupid. I know what the dude looks like because I go to school with the actual dude. So I know what he looks like. And dude just kept trying to convince me. And then eventually he's like, you know, I'm sorry. That's my brother that had died. Like, you know, he just died a couple days ago or whatever. And like, dude really kept trying to convince me that that was his picture. And I'm like, I'm not stupid. I know that's not you. So yeah, this is the part that got cut out of the video. Sorry that I had to interject this, but it was really annoying. I'm still figuring out my camera recording settings, but enjoy the rest of the video and you can see the rest of my look. All right, bye. So y'all, my camera turned off at some point. I don't remember when. I can't really check when my camera turned off. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So dude kept trying to convince me that he was the person in the photos. Like, dude kept trying to tell me like, oh, you know, that is me or whatever. And then he was like, he was like, oh, the person in the photo, like, I'm sorry, my bad. That's my brother that died. You know, he just died a couple weeks ago and I'm still not over his death. And like I said, like, I know the dude, like, the dude he was pretending to be, like, I know him. I know his whole family and stuff. So it's like, I know that I'm being lied to because real dude had like a little brother and little sister that looked just like him. Like, they literally looked just like him. So I was just like, I know, like, you're lying to me, like, or whatever. And dude was just like, I'm not lying, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's not you. And like I said, he kept trying to convince me that it was him, even though I knew it wasn't. So I'm getting annoyed dealing with this situation. Like, I'm getting so annoyed dealing with it or whatever. And I'm getting aggravated and pissed off. And he was like, all right, like after he kept saying that was his brother and stuff, and I'm like, no, it isn't. And he was like, okay, like, that's not me. Like, I admit that's not me. That's not my brother. And he was like, I'll tell you, like, you know, who I am or whatever. And he links me to a photo of, like, he links me to a Facebook account. And I'm like, okay, what in the world? He links me to the Facebook. He's like, I do go to NHS. Like, he was like, I do go to NHS because that was the name of my school. I probably shouldn't even be saying that. I shouldn't be saying that, but that was the name of my my high school, like, initials or whatever. Why I say initials like his name, but I guess it is initials. That was my high school's, like, initials or whatever. And he linked me to the Facebook, and I go to the Facebook or whatever, and the Facebook is really weird. Like, I didn't have any friends in common with this dude, and it is a white boy. It's a chubby white boy. I want to say his name's like Matt or something like that, and never had seen him a day in my life. Never seen this dude a day in my life. Don't really know anything about him. But he said he went to my high school or whatever, and that he had seen me around, apparently. Now, mind you, I don't know this dude. Had never seen this dude a day in my life, but he was like, yeah, like, I go to NHS, like, I seen you around or whatever. And I didn't have any classes with this dude either, which is crazy. Like, he didn't, like, I rode the bus back then to school, had never seen him on my bus or anything like that. So I'm just like, I'm confused because I'm like, I don't know this young man, but apparently he feels like he knows me or whatever. And it just made me even more uncomfortable, I guess, because I'm like, I don't know him and I'm kind of like creeped out because how do you know me? And like I said, like, it just made me really uncomfortable. And I was just like, you know, he's like, the dude in the pictures, that's my homeboy. Like, and I'm just like, I said, like, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I just feel so uncomfortable because I don't know this dude. And like I said, it was making me really uncomfortable because I'm like, dude doesn't even know me, but he literally like found me online, and, you know, he was like, I don't even know the guy in the pictures. So the dude he was pretending to be, like I said, the dude with the dreads, he didn't even know him, apparently. Like, he didn't even know him, had never like had any kind of interaction with him or anything. And I'll insert the picture of the look that I'm trying to do. I'll insert that I'll insert that in the video in post. But yeah, like, he was like, I don't even know that dude in the pictures. Like, I just found a picture and I just, you know, I saw you on there and I recognized you from school, and, you know, I thought like we could talk, like we could chill. And like I said, he was saying that the boy, like the black boy in the pictures, was like his homeboy or whatever. And I'm just like, what the entire hell? Like, I just felt so, like, I remember sitting here too, like, in my room, like, I was just sitting in my bed, irritated, y'all. Like, I was so irritated because I'm like, it just was weird to me. Like, I guess, like, it was just so weird to me that somebody had literally taken the time out of their day to find me and start talking to me and stuff. And it also made me uncomfortable because I'm like, how the hell did you find me? Like, dude had found me, and you know, how were you looking so hard at my pictures and stuff that you found me on a whole other site? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is some creepy, crazy ass shit, y'all. Like, it just made me so freaking uncomfortable. And you know, he was like, well, we can still chill, like we can still smoke. And I'm just sitting here like, no, the hell we cannot. Like, you literally have low-key been stalking me to the point that you found me on another site. You know what I'm saying? Like, you found me on another fucking site. And you think we about to chill? We about to still link? No. It just, y'all, like I said, it was just very uncomfortable for me. And I don't know, like, it's still to this day, like, even though this is like 11 years ago, it still makes me uncomfortable. And like I said, like, at the time, I didn't realize like this was a catfishing situation. It wasn't until like years ago when I was watching when I was like, I think I was like talking about catfish with, like, one of my friends, and I was just like, y'all, like, I think I almost got catfish. But I was just thinking, like, you know, imagine if I had gone and tried to chill with them or whatever, and you're like not even the same race as the person you said you were. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if I had actually gone anywhere with them and anything like that. Like, anything could have happened to me. He also looked like a creep, so I blocked him on everything. And like I said, like, he kept asking, like, oh, can we still be friends? We still link? No, we can't. No, baby. No, sweetie, we can't do anything because you're creepy and our whole interaction is based on a lie. And that's something, and it's funny too, because even on Catfish, the TV show, that's one thing that they always do. Like, they always be like, we can still be friends. I'm still the same person. Like, no, you're not. Like, our whole connection is literally built on a lie. Why would I still talk to you? Like, make it make sense. Why would I do that? So yeah, like, I blocked him and everything. And I was just so shook because I was like, my little dumb teenage self was really about to be out here, really was plotting. Like, I really was out here. Teenage me was really plotting, like, thinking about what we're gonna do. Like, I'm thinking about what am I gonna wear? Like, I'm going out to chill with this dude. And we're very dumb when we're teenagers, honestly, truly. Like, child, it's a good thing I didn't. It's so good that, like, you know, that I did use my brain a little bit and I was starting to put two and two together about everything. Because just imagine, like, I'm so glad a little bit of me was still smart and still thinking about stuff. Just sit it down. But yeah, because that would have been a bad situation. But anyway, another thing that I did also kind of think about too was young me just was not thinking about like a lot of things that older me would have thought about. Because first of all, the first thing is like, how with my dumb self, like, how would he have even like, first of all, what I should have thought about at first was, one, you don't use your real name on this website. So if that was him, how would he have even known that was you beside your picture? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this dude, how would he know that? Then two, you know, besides him knowing like that I went to that school or whatever, also like another thing too that I didn't really think about back then, because being young and dumb, is listen, why was my dumbass not thinking like, okay, he sees you every day, like, and he's never talked to you. Why is he talking to you on this website? This creepy website. And that's another thing too, like, this is something that be happening like on Catfish, the TV show, that I'll always be thinking about too. And it's not to shade those people on Catfish, but when the people that be thinking they're talking to celebrities, the thing that always trips me out about the people on Catfish that think they're talking to celebrities is like, listen, like, I know sometimes people have different types and stuff, and like their type on social media might not be the same as like their real life type or whatever. Like, I get that. I understand that. But the thing that always be tripping me out, like I said, the thing on Catfish that always be tripping me out is the person will think they're talking to like a celebrity or something. And this celebrity will literally have, and I'm thinking about that Bow Wow episode. Y'all remember that Bow Wow episode where that girl thought she was talking to Bow Wow and it was a stud? And then there's like the other one where that old grown ass woman thought she was talking to Chris Brown. Child, I remember watching that with my friends. That one was a stupid episode. Like, some people are just so dumb. And like I said, I was dumb too, because me being a dumb teenager, I was never thinking, girl, has he ever talked to anybody that looked like you? And here's the thing. No. I'm stupid. I just got this lash glue in my lashes. But, like, if the person has never really dated somebody that looks like you, and all of a sudden they're just like so obsessed with you, could be a red flag. Like, think about that. Think about it. And be like, have they ever talked to anybody that looks anything like me? And if they haven't, babe, bestie, you might be being catfish. Like, honestly, truly, if they've never talked to anybody that looks like you or has anything in common with you, and all of a sudden they're talking to you, think about it. Does that make any sense? Does it make any sense? No, not really. Think about it. And that's another thing too, because I'm like, I had only ever seen him date white girls, so that should have been a red flag to me too. Like, girl, sorry y'all, my camera keeps cutting off like when I'm mid-sentence. Like, I think it's overheating or something, because it keeps turning off and it's getting on my nerves. But anyway, like I was saying, like, I could have saved myself so much time if I had just thought about stuff like that. Like, you never seen this person talk to anybody that looked like you. You never seen them, you know, they've never talked to anybody that looks anything like you. And, you know, it's safe to say you're probably getting catfished. If they're out here talking to a bunch of people that look nothing like you, and then all of a sudden one day they giving you the time of day. Like, I'm not saying, like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's quite a possibility, you know what I'm saying? Like, that he could have talked to somebody like me, but it just is not likely. And like I said, it's just like those episodes of Catfish where that be happening, and it's like the person be like, oh, you know, Chris Brown and Bow Wow. Like, you never seen Bow Wow or Chris Brown talk to anybody that look like you. Like, have we ever seen Chris Brown date anybody that, besides Rihanna, that's like not Asian or like anybody non-black? Like, have we ever seen Chris Brown date any normal, like, regular black girls? No. All right then. So it's safe to say he's probably not gonna date you. And it's not saying, like, of course, like, I'm pretty sure there are celebrities that date regular people like that, but when you have seen, like I said, with that episode of Catfish, that girl, I was like, why would you can see Chris Brown's public relationship? Like, really, girl? And the girl didn't even sound nothing like Chris Brown. It was a mess. But anyway, like I said, like, I could have prevented myself from being catfish if I had just not been an idiot. If I had just, you know, paid attention to the signs, you know, I could have not wasted my time. But like I said, that was the time I got almost catfish. And I'm so glad, like I said, I'm glad that I was not blinded by what was happening. Because, child, people be getting catfished out here because people believe what they want to believe. And like I said, like, even though it was a different time, like, I'm glad that I did pay attention to certain stuff, and so that way I was able to pretty much nip it in the bud before anything super serious happened. Because imagine me going there, like I said, dude looked creepy too. Dude looked very creepy. So imagine if I had tried to go somewhere with him and he was looking all creepy and stuff. Like, I could have been murdered, like, literally murdered. So it's a really good thing. It's a really good thing that, you know, I used my brain for more than you know, like a coat rack for months, and I paid attention to the signs because I didn't get murdered. But y'all, that is time that I got almost catfished. And like I said, like I didn't really think about it until like years later. And I was thinking like, you know, hey, like a similar thing happened to me. But child, just think about stuff like that. Don't let people, you know, run you or whatever. Like I said, it was a creepy experience because I had never seen that dude a day in my life. So to have him literally, like, the fact that this man who I had never in my life had any interaction with, the fact that he was able to find me on that site and know that it was me was very creepy. And I also had like another stalker type thing happen when I was in high school, which that's a whole other story. That's a whole other story time if you guys ever want to hear that, because child, that was probably one of the most scary times of my life. And this was all when I was a freshman in high school, bruh. Like a lot of stuff happened when I was a freshman in high school. Like a lot of things happened. So yeah, that was the time I almost got catfished. Yeah. Yeah, bestie. Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to finish my makeup. I'm gonna finish my makeup off camera, and then I'll be back after I finish because I feel like it's gonna take me a super duper long time. I don't know if you guys can see this really, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put like a different color, like orange in this before it dries. To kind of get what's in the photo. But like I said, you guys will see that later. So I'll be back in a bit. Anyway, y'all, this is my finished look. You guys can see the eyes. I'll definitely leave better pictures but you'll see from the thumbnail. But that's my look. That is my story about the time I almost got catfished as a teenager. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you have your own catfish stories, or if you've experienced similar, leave a comment down below. And if you guys would like to see more of this type of video, definitely let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.